I got hit with the triple.
Say that again.
So I got hit with the triple whammy the other day, okay?
Non-apologetic nonsense.
I'm feeling awful. I just went and got spinal injections into the back, okay? So it's like 12 needles. You're laying on your stomach. They got to use an ultrasound like you're about to push a baby out of your twat. And so they can see. Anyways, so I go to the pharmacy because, a script came with that. I'll tell you what I am absolute sick and tired of. I mean, I'm ready to set somebody on fire over this. There's a drive-through lane. Trying to calm myself down. Through Walgreens or whatever pharmacy, Yeah. Drive-through lane is if you know what you want, you know what you're getting, you go ahead, you pick it up. It's that simple, right? There were 3 people in front of me, and every one of them spent like 14 minutes asking 20 I mean, if you have more than 2 questions, go inside. You know what I mean? I'm just waiting and waiting. And this happens all the time. And it'll be like people almost making like a party out of it, sitting there blaring their music. This one guy had a full decal on the back. It said, it was something pro-Trump, but it had the word fuck in it. It was like, if you don't vote for Trump, fuck you. Or if you voted for Biden, fuck you. Or, something to that effect. And I'm like, God damn, these fucking weirdos who take politics to like their identity, And they like wear a politician's merch. Like, when did the world turn into such dorks that you will wear a politician's merch like they're the lost member of Van Halen?
I haven't seen a lot of those shirts with like Trump giving the fingers like you missed.
Oh, the shot?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about that. But yeah, whether it's Trump, Biden, whatever, who cares? But if you're wearing a politician's merch, you are a tool. Let's just get that out of the way. And one of these tool bags was one of the people in front of me, right? Do you ever have this happen? Like, you ever go to a pharmacy?
Yeah.
Because does this happen to you?
I usually go inside.
You about have to. So that's how my story here ends. Is I wind up saying, screw this. And I was doing the thing where I didn't quite go. There was 2 lanes. I didn't quite go into either lane. So I'm just kind of sitting there back a little bit so I can cut either way.
Oh, you're that asshole, huh?
Yeah. And no one was behind me. So eventually I just put the son of a gun in reverse and, pulled on in. And that's where the second thing happened. But before we get to that, anybody piss you off lately? Like, do you have any like public altercations ever?
There is. When you like walk in the store, whatever, person behind the register and like greet you, like, hey, how's it going? And you respond like, good. How are you? Well, that usually comes with a follow-up, and they just don't respond. They just look down and fucking. Like, I guess
oh, you mean they're like, hey, how you doing? And then it was
you
just
respond, and they just shut the fuck down. Like, right.
Yeah, that one wouldn't really bother me, but that's because I have such anxiety. I'm about afraid of any human interaction at this point. But I could see that, and I could see it.
It irritates the shit out of me. It's like, why did you even fucking bother
so
starting
you're
this
like,
conversation?
oh, I'm doing great. How's your day? And then they're on Instagram watching Kodak Black videos.
It's like, oh, did you say something? Like, you don't know how a fucking conversation works? Like,
yeah, I could see that.
Fucking start it.
I could see that getting on my nerves. So I go in, right? I'm like, this stuff's taking too long. And the way the Walgreens I go into is laid out is you walk in and then the checkout is on your right. And then on the left are it's like double aisles. There's probably 8, 10 of them or so. Yeah. First aisle, I turn my head to the left. And what do I see? A dude's ass crack hanging out of his pants. Okay.
Hell yeah.
And this is a phenomenon that I can never fully get my head around. My pants are never at my waist, right? But if my shirt goes up, my asshole smile isn't hanging out. Do you know what I mean? Like, what kind of underwear are y'all wearing? Like, how does that even happen? Like, I have buddies.
What kind of belts are you not wearing?
I know. I think it's more than a belt because the belt keeps the pants up. Why is your underwear down? You know what I mean? Why is your underwear not at your waist?
There's a couple people I work with. You got to walk up the machines at the ladder, and you're behind them, and you just happen to look.
Oh, you're going up the ladder with an asshole like a foot from you.
Yeah, no belt on, fucking everything's sagging for some fucking reason.
Is it just a tidy-whitey thing?
And it's always a fat guy too.
It is always a fat guy, but hell, I was 100 pounds bigger than I am now, and it never happened to me once. And can you not notice it? Do you not feel the breeze?
You think you would.
But is it a tighty-whitey thing? Like, when you see it all the time, is it a bunched-up pair of, like, tighty-whities?
Yeah, I really don't focus and try to analyze it.
Because that's what I see. And that's the only thing. I've never worn tighty-whities. Maybe they don't stay at your waist is all I'm saying.
I don't know.
Because I wear, boxer briefs or even, when I was a kid, boxers, and they have an elastic band. So it's almost like you have to go out of your way, pull your underwear down a little bit, and you're like, yeah. That's the spot.
Feels right.
That's the spot. But yeah, I just don't get it how you're a grown man and A, don't notice it, B, think it's tolerable, and C, you're a fucking asshole.
Stupid fuck of the week.
That's what really grinds my gears. So at this point, I am just internally fuming, right? So I go up to the pharmacy. It's like 3:40 at this point. I don't know what time the pharmacy closes, but it's like 6 or 7 or 5. It's nowhere near this point. And of course, on this day, there's a sign there that says, sorry for the inconvenience. We will be closing at 4 p.m. I'm like, oh, fuck me. So I go up and I'm like, hey, I just had to have these like injections. I need this, they give you it's like an antibiotic and this other thing with it. And I'm like, man, is there any way I can get these today? And I just happened to know the kid behind the counter, and he was like, we're going to get it done for you. Just have a seat. We'll get it done. If you hear that we're closing, whatever, just chill out, but stay right here by the pharmacy desk. So he winds up getting me lined out on that. I go out and I start to leave, and it was almost like one of those days like God was testing me. He's like, I'm going to push you. I'm going to push you a little more. I'm gonna tug a little more and see if you break today, Travis. So when you pull out of this pharmacy, there's one way you can pull out that's right there at that stoplight in Webb, but that's real difficult. You pretty much have to rely on the kindness of others to let you pull out. And I'm going the opposite direction. So it has to be like 2 lanes of traffic who just unite and say, this fine gentleman needs to come through,
Get on out of here, you rascal.
So I go the other way, which is it's like an on-ramp to a highway, basically, on there to Airport Drive. I pull out, and then it's just a few blocks up. There is, it's just a side road. It's right there where like a thrift shop is. It used to be an old grocery store. So this thing is the most annoying thing. There's no one behind me, right? So there's a car sitting there. I'm driving towards it. I'm already too close for them to pull out, and they just needed to wait about 2 seconds, and then they have a mile of free space behind me. So what do? They pull out, and I got to lock up on the brakes, right? And I am this happens all, I live on backcountry roads, so I see this all the time, where you could wait 2 seconds, have all the space in the world, or you just pull out and cut somebody off just for the fuck of it, I guess. And that's exactly what happened. And at this point, I'm just ready to pull my gun and never see the light of day again, He was an old man. He had lived a good life. I was ready to throw it all away.
Oh, yeah.
It's this weird mentality, though, of like me. Sort of like what you said with the cashiers. It's where everyone's in their own world. No one else matters. I got to get to work. I'm in a hurry. You know what I'm saying? Like me, the type of person who will you just assume because you're walking behind them to go into a store door, like through a door, that they're going to hold it open for you, but they don't. And it comes fucking popping back and you're that close. And it doesn't even cross a person's mind just to be a decent human being for 3 seconds.
Or when you hold it for someone, they just walk by with no response. Like, hey, thanks.
Yeah.
But not even a head nod. Fucking. Yeah. If you're scared to talk.
That, like I say, that one doesn't. I don't
some kind of acknowledgement.
But as much as a dickhead as I am, inside, I'm the most polite person in public, because why not? You know what I mean? Right. Why? I am brimming with negativity 90% of the time. I don't need to push my negativity into your world unless you bring me into that world, and then I will drown you in negativity. And populate your thoughts for years to come. And then I will come back here, I will read through the Testament of Solomon, and I will resurrect demons from times past to follow you every step you take, every move you make.
That is out cold.
About ruined all this shit.
What?
It's about ruined all this. About spitting
Oh,
my
you're
soda
about
out.
to spit up? Then we'd be doing a what grinds my gears about your bullshit. But yeah, it's pretty simple. Open doors, be polite. When someone asks you how your day is, at least act nice, I guess. Don't pull out. Just generally don't be a cunt sucker, you know.
Yeah.
Fuck, what were we even talking about?
Your fucking trip to the pharmacy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I came home, couldn't walk for like 2 days, and now we're here. That's why I can't really sit up straight right now. But we will make it through, and if my fists can't finish it, my guns will. Good night. Non-apologetic.
Nonsense.